Hello and welcome back to the Gaming Tech channel, everybody. We're live on YouTube and Twitch, and here we are with our Forza Horizon 5 series. We're in the SLS. We won this car yesterday in the championship. This car is bone stock right now. So today we'll be having some fun with it. We'll modify it, make it faster. So let's get this session started. This is one of the best sounding V8s, dude. I love it. A nice, naturally aspirated V8 that just likes to rev, man. It really likes to rev. All the way up to 8 RPM. I think the only other V8 that revs higher than this car would be the Shell BGT 350. I believe that revs up to like 80 to 50 RPM, 8300 almost. That wiper is probably not stock. I've never ran into a car in this game which was like stock, you know. Everybody just maxes out their car. This car does have better control. Compared to the Viper, at least. But again, it all depends on the driver, so. To be fair, I feel like Viper probably drives better than this car. In terms of handling. In straightaway speed, it might be pretty similar. That car's got a V10. Has more horsepower. Probably has a little bit more weight. I'm not too sure about that. But this SLS is also a monster. Now Viper has 2 more cylinders and 2 more liters, basically. That's an 8.4. This is a 6.3, so that's a pretty big engine, right? But the Viper's transmission is only a manual 6-speed, where this is a 7-speed. It does seem to shift a little quicker. This Viper can't be stock. I don't even think he's lowering it all the way. Watch him pass me any second. I feel like in their stock configuration, these cars might be pretty similar. That's just my guess. I could be wrong. Alright, we're in the top gear now. 7th gear. We're doing 330 kilometers on the dash, which is 2 or 3 miles. Pretty good. Now we got a baseline run. Now let's add some more power to it, make it more fun. So how much do we have right now? Let's take a look here. 571 horse, 479 torque. So Viper has like 640 from factory and like 600 torque, so it does have more torque. Yeah, they might be pretty close from factory. Because I know AMG cars are a little underrated. So, but we can fix that. We can make this the fastest SLS. We just gotta spend some money on it. But we're not gonna waste too much time here modifying this car because I actually want to get some races done, some events done. We're not making it all-wheel drive. So let's just do this. We're gonna make it a fast, naturally aspirated SLS. So let's not add any boost. We're just gonna max out the stock engine here. That's pretty good. I'm actually not going to upgrade anything else on this car. No suspension, no tires, none of that. Just upgrade the engine all the way. And we'll see how the rest of the car holds up. So, how much power do we end up with? It's gotta be pretty good. 779 horse. 589 torque. That's pretty good. For a naturally aspirated 6.5 liters now, because we made the block bigger. Alright. We're not doing any other mods, just engine mods strictly. For now. Let's see how the stock suspension and stock tires hold up to all this power. Should be pretty fun now, honestly. Not bad at all. It still hooks. You can still put the power down. The chassis is pretty good. Revs a lot higher. Revs higher than a GT350 now. Alright, hold up. My nose is a little runny. I'll be back. I need to grab a tissue here. Alright, I'm back. Alright, let's see what we're gonna do today. The reward is an ice cream van? No way! Let's go do this! We're gonna give that a try. Alright, let's go. Even with the extra like 200 horsepower, it doesn't really feel out of character, you know? Still feels kind of stock. It's almost like the chassis can handle all this power just fine. It might be another story if you throw a boost at it and make the car like much lighter with some weight reduction, but the way it is right now, it's perfect. Just like to dance a little now, which is fun. Like I just disappeared. So no major traction problems. It's just like first to second gear shift, you'll get a little bit of wheel spin. We even had that wheel spin when the car was fully stocked, so this is nothing new. Yeah, it's just the first to second shift. Nice. A little bit of drama's fine, you know? Makes the car fun. Wow, lots of online players. Let's give this a try. Do we even have a car for the championship? I'm not too sure. No, we don't. What are the options? Well, at least the options are kind of cheap, so... Well, the problem here is that I already own two of the cars. I own the R32 and the S1. So there's no point of buying them again and modifying them. This is one of the cars that I don't own, so I can always buy this and get the championship started. Because I don't want to buy the cars that I already have. I don't want to go back and detune them for the championship. This is probably my best bet. So, not a big fan of front-wheel drive cars, but we're going to buy this one just to get the championship done. Alright, we'll get a gray one. Should be decent fast, because the car is pretty light. Has decent, like, power. Should be a fun car to drive. And you do have some room to even modify it if it's too slow. Or not fast enough. I shouldn't say too slow. I don't think it'll be that slow. But there might be a chance that our car, like, probably won't be as fast as the other cars. But we're just gonna have to do one race at least and see where we stand. Not bad. Drive's good, man. I'm not gonna lie, like, drive's decent. Of course, I messed up here. I messed up. But other than that, this car's not bad. I feel like if I restart the race and keep it under control, we might have a good chance. The gears are pretty decent, like the way it's geared. Our 6th gear goes all the way up to 176. Well, the top speed's 161, so not bad. Doesn't have the greatest launch because it's all-wheel drive, but not a bad car. Oh, I should have braked early. Dude, my nose is being runny again. Oh my god. Alright, now the real question is, since we messed up, are we going to be able to recover from this? We might. I don't want to restart just yet. I think we have a chance. Come on, we can do this. We got this! Come on, come on, come on! Give me that first position! Oh, we finished second. That was so close. That was super close, dude. No point in restarting. We got 2 more events to go, so if you get first place in the next 2 events, we're gonna win the championship, so. We got a nice baseline of the car. You know how the car performs. I think I'm gonna add some better braking to the car. It could use some better braking. And maybe a little more power, like upgraded turbo. It's got nice down low torque, but it kind of like dies out in the top end. So let's take a look at that. Maybe we can fix that with an upgraded turbo. So if you upgrade the turbo all the way, we don't have any room left for brakes, or do we? Well, I'm not gonna get the anti-lag because that's just gonna get so annoying. Nope, just a regular race turbo. So from factory we got 261 horse, 258 torque, and that gets bumped up to 318 horse, 313 torque. So we're only doing the turbo and brakes. That's it. So I cannot go all out with braking, because then we are in A class and we need a B class car. So I'm gonna get the best brakes, but not get the best turbo. Or what if I just get cams? Can I max out the cams? No, I can't max that out either. So we're gonna have to get a sport turbo, dude. Can't max it out yet. Alright, we'll get a sport turbo, that's fine. And what about suspension? I mean, the suspension is already decent. We can make it better. Front wheel drive cars really benefits from being lowered. As you can see, your handling and your launch gets better. With rear wheel drive, sometimes our handling will get better, but not the launch once you lower it. But not the case here because it's front wheel drive. I mean, all really depends on the setup. With this setup, it's liking the race springs and dampers, so we'll do that. And that's it. I think just race brakes, race springs and turbo, race springs and dampers and sport turbo. Can we do exhaust? Nope, no room for that. What about intake? Nope. Clutch. No, it's all good. Just the 3 things are fine. That's a decent setup. Let's get back to racing. We got 2 more events, and then we're gonna win the ice cream van. So we got a little more power now. 30 something extra horse. Better braking. Better suspension. Seems to be doing better. Let's go. Launches much better with that lower suspension. We didn't even touch the tires or the compound. Oh yeah, these brakes are much better now. Oh dude, I didn't even see that. Oh my god. I messed up. Hey bro, what's up? How you doing? I do build PCs, yes. You can watch my builds on my YouTube channel. Alright, this time we're gonna focus and not mess up. Nice, nice. This is where we messed up last time. Get out of my way! Sounds good. No, we can't afford to mess up now, dude. We can't afford to mess up now. Alright, good. Perfect. Dude, the weather's changing. My nose is freaking runny today. Alright, we got one more event to go. And then we're gonna win the ice cream truck. I wanna see what it looks like. I never knew this game had an ice cream truck, man. That better be true. Hopefully it's not like ice cream truck hoodie or something. Or the ice cream truck horn. Where's the other event? Where is it hiding? Right here. It's an ice cream van, not an ice cream truck. Now I'm even more confused. Alright, that event is kind of far away, so we're gonna jump back into our Mercedes SLS. Drive this car to the championship event, and then we'll switch back to the Volkswagen. I honestly think that the stock exhaust on this SLS sounded better. Alright, where's the event? I thought we were driving the right way. Okay, we were supposed to turn. Alright, let's continue this. This guy's right on my tail, bro. This car is not bad for being a front-wheel drive. Like, it's not that bad at all. Handles pretty decent. All we had to do was just add better brakes and an upgraded turbo so it can hold the boost all the way up to the red line. And that's it. And we lowered it, of course, with the race suspension. So just 3 mods made the car so much better. Still on stock tires. Stock everything else. Except our springs and dampers. Sport turbo. And race brakes. Nice. Got it done. Alright, let's see what the reward looks like. Wait, did we even win anything? Oh. Thought we did. Weren't we supposed to win the ice cream truck? Dude, I swear, like, was that a real thing or not? Like, did the game just fool us? I don't see it anywhere. I didn't even get the notification saying that there was a new vehicle added to my garage. That's not the ice cream van. A Ford Supervan? No, this is not it. So what did we just win? Nothing? We didn't win anything? Is that true? Bro, how'd they trick me like that? I mean, we're done with the championship, right? There were 3 events, we completed them all. Bro, this makes no sense. Look! It says we got the reward! Ice cream van and a check mark. So where did it go? Was that supposed to be a real car? Or a hoodie? Or like a horn? I'm so confused, bro. This is weird. Must not be a real car then, I guess. I am freaking confused here. I don't know, bro. I thought we were gonna win an ice cream van. Apparently not. It's just we didn't get anything. Alright, we have 3 wheel spins, so let's complete those at least. Unless I totally missed it. Somehow. But that can't be true. Alright, that's a better reward right there. Under 75k. I mean, I was having doubts to begin with. I was like, dude, I don't even recall this game having ice cream van as a reward. That's why I wanted to do that championship. But we didn't get anything. But it says we got it. So where did it go? Yeah, where did it go? Alright, I'm not gonna worry about that too much. Whatever. Let's move on. Okay, what's this? You could try this out. The reward is a wheel spin, a super wheel spin. Again, are we gonna get that wheel spin or is this just some BS again, like last time? A Porsche 718 GTS. I mean, this is a lot better. Alright, what do we do here? We'll do something that's close to us. So, this is close to us right now.
Hey, amigo. Remember that thing I said I needed help with? This is it. You in?
Of course. What do you need?
Excellent. Come meet me near Mulehe.
I'm gonna switch my car. A Trackhawk? Yeah, why not? This doesn't have the stock 6.2 supercharged engine in it. We modified it to a racing V8. We swapped the engine out. That's why it's 1750 horse, not 707. This thing's wild, man.
Hi, Rami. What's the plan?
Okay, hear me out. Beautiful Mexican supercar, beautiful Mexican roads, promoting the Horizon Festival.
Do we need promoting? The festival seems to be doing okay.
All right. I'll find someone else.
That's not what I said. Of course I'll help you.
I knew I could rely on you. Let's go! Whew. Let's get moving. Get some speed, then turn into the countryside. Really see what this car can do. Yeah, great speed! But let's see how you handle some corners.
You want to tell me about the car, don't you?
I thought you'd never ask. So VUL is an abbreviation. It stands for Vehicles of Ultra Lightweight and High Performance. It was started by two brothers, Guillermo and Iker Echeverria. Less sightseeing, more going fast. The VUL 05 is a track-focused supercar, designed and produced in Mexico, but tested and optimized in the UK. I even think I saw one at the festival when I was over there. We're driving the pre-production version of the VUL 05RR, the even more track-focused version. Somehow, the designers reduced the weight by 65 kilos and increased the power to nearly 400 bhp. Then they lowered the engine by 50 millimeters to drop the center of gravity and improve cornering. Impressive! They're pretty serious about the ultra-light part. The 05RR even has an option for titanium bolts, saving another 4.5 kilos.
What's the RR stand for?
Road and Racing. The car was designed for an enhanced track experience, but remains road legal. Perfect. There's a couple of other things you can help out with, if it's not too much trouble.
You're never gonna let me live that down, are you? Call me.
Alright, 2 stars is not bad. We'll take it.
I just got my hands on a piece of Mexican racing history. Wanna see?
Of course. I'm on my way.
Alright, we need something that handles better. This thing is a handful to drive, man. Not easy to drive this thing. In a straight line, yeah, it's pretty easy, but on twisty roads like this, it's not the best car. Again, this car is not that easy to drift because it's all-wheel drive. This is the E-Ray, so it has V8 in the back and electric motors in the front. So this car is factory all-wheel drive. That's what makes it special. Alright, let's continue the story. Buggy in the Baja. Let's see how this goes.
Let me guess. Today's episode of Mexican Automotive History with Ramiro is about the Baja 1000.
You are very perceptive, my friend. This dune buggy was the first car to race here. Let's take it for a spin. The Baja 1000 is probably the most prestigious race held in Mexico. Do you know how it all started?
I assume the Myers Manx has something to do with it.
Correct again. The Baja 1000 started as a very elaborate marketing campaign for the car you're driving. But let me start from the beginning. On the 22nd of March, 1962, Dave Eakins and Billy Robertson did the first real Baja run. They went from Tijuana to La Paz in 39 hours, 56 minutes on new Honda CL72 Scrambler motorcycles. So they probably were a bit sore afterwards. They got a lot of media coverage though. A year later, Myers started to work on a prototype buggy he called Old Rip in his garage in Newport Beach. It was based on the VW Beetle, and it paved the way for what we know as buggies. Cars that are built for off-roading using the Beetle as a donor chassis. But I guess they wanted even more publicity because in April 1967, Myers decided to make an attempt at breaking Eakins' record. And it worked! Myers did it in 34 hours and 45 minutes, beating Eakins for more than 5 hours. The rivalry was known as Buggy Beats Bike in Baja. Sounds like something you did back in the UK, doesn't it? Myers Manx became an overnight sensation as a result, and suddenly they were friendly races all across the Baja. It wasn't long before they realized they needed something more organized, and that was Mexican 1000. Guess who won the inaugural event?
Myers Manx?
You're on fire today! Yes, in 27 hours and 38 minutes. The official race was 100 miles shorter than the original route, but it's still impressive. The Mexican 1000 was later renamed to the Baja 1000 and is run to this day.
Oh, let's not get stuck here. Oh, we're good, we're good, we're good, we're good, we're good. Oh, there's so many rocks. Alright, we're good, we're good.
I love that story. My abuela used
Did you
to
get
tell
3
it to me
stars?
at least once a year.
We did. Nice. Perfect.
Hey, come quick! Papa Fernandez!
Alright. I'm gonna chain the car again. Something that's a little easier to drive. Most likely a rear wheel drive. Something that we can slide around easier. Alright, this might not look like a fun car. I mean, it's a Miata. It's a fun car from factory. But you know how Miatas are known for being slow. This one is not slow. I'll promise you that. This one is fast and fun. It's got
Nando needs your help.
LS3 in it.
Okay, I'll be right there.
And a 10 speed. This thing likes to party, man. This is not a dedicated drift car, but you can slide this thing around pretty easily. Wait.
This is a big investment, my friend.
Yeah,
If you're
I don't
sure,
have
I'll
5
call the
million
owners
right
and
now.
vouch for you.
I'm sure they'll hand over the keys when they know it's you.
5 million for this house? That's pretty decent actually. It's a big house for 5 mil. Not bad. Yeah, we're here to do something else. Let's start this.
Oh, right. I get it now.
To be honest, though, it was me who needed your help, not Papa Fernando.
I can't fault that logic. Who are the other racers?
You know them. It's the Born Fast crew. They're raring to go. Toy, he's eager. But this isn't really a street race. There's no checkpoints, just the finish line.
Oh,
So
really?
keep to the
No
rules.
checkpoints,
Get
eh?
there first. Keep it up.
Okay,
You'll win this.
that's perfect.
It's hard to overstate the effect that the Beetle had when it arrived in Mexico in 1954.
No need
Before
to
that,
follow the
all we
route,
had were
you know?
these huge American
You can create
cars.
our own.
So this new European-style car with its shape and light chassis and those adorable headlights and an engine that anyone with a tractor could fix was, well, a complete game changer. They were so exciting that they were displayed at the Ciudad Universitaria in Mexico City. And there were lines to come and see this new
Come on,
car.
Ford Raptor.
Production of the Beetle started in Mexico soon after 7 of them finished the Carrera Panamericana. Before that, people were a bit worried about reliability, you see. We Mexicans love a good-looking car. But a car that can do work is better. The Panamericana convinced us. And in '61, Automex had assembled 250 of them. By '62, the first plant had opened in Jalostoc, making 10 of them a day. We love that car. So another plant opened in Puebla in 1967.
Oh
And
no,
in
that's
71,
not the right road.
Ocho became the official taxi of Mexico City, which is why you see so many of them today. It's funny. The first Bochos were imports, or CKDs. But in 1971, we were exporting them to Costa Rica, and back to West Germany, Austria, Belgium, everywhere in Europe. That is a
That was
great
too
car.
easy.
Probably the most iconic car in all of Mexico. Ay, es increíble que un auto tan pequeño deje un vacío tan grande. Adiós, sedan. Thanks. I'll call you when I've got that next one ready.
Perfect.
I have a brilliant idea.
Another one. What happened to the previous idea?
This one is better. Meet me in town.
I don't want to take that dirt road. I'm gonna change the car. Even though we're almost there, but still, I'm gonna change it. Something that's just as wild, you know. This might be the same weight as the Miata, or lighter. What's the Miata again? 2437. And the Corvette is the old, this is the C5 shape, I believe, yep. So this is 2590, so it has less power compared to our Miata. Isn't that crazy? But that's because it did not have an LS3 from factory. So it's a different engine, right? It's a V8, but not a modern V8. That's why the power figures are a little off, a little different. But this is also naturally aspirated, no boost. And still pretty light for what it is. Not a Miata, but pretty close. But since it has longer wheelbase, it's easier to handle. Yep, the Miata was much faster. That's also because... No, I thought it had a 6-speed, but no way. It does have a 10-speed. Alright. So, we do have same transmissions, it's just Miata had more torque. And a little bit lighter. And the wheels on the Miata were a lot thinner. When you have wide wheels, like how we have on this Corvette here, that's gonna give you extra drag, extra rotational mass, which will slow down your car. And you can feel that.
I have two cars here. A first-generation Volkswagen and a seventh-generation Volkswagen Golf. Made in Mexico for almost half a century.
The
Sadly,
first-gen
they stopped
GTI,
building
nice.
them in 2021. But we can still race them. What do you say? To make it fair, I will give you a chance to make an informed choice. Let's go for a test drive. And I've got lots to tell you about Volkswagen Mexico.
Let's go, buddy.
Volkswagen Mexico headquarters are in Puebla City. It started production in 1967 with the famous Beetle. As we call it, the Bocho.
Oh, there are checkpoints this time. My bad. I thought there were no checkpoints.
Volkswagen Mexico headquarters are in Puebla City. It started production in 1967 with the...
Are you kidding me? I missed the first one? What's wrong with me, bro?
Volkswagen Mexico headquarters are in Puebla City. It started production in 1967 with the famous Beetle. As we call it, the Bocho. VW made multiple attempts at replacing the famous Beetle with newer models, but all of them failed way short of achieving the production figures until the Volkswagen Golf came into play. The first generation was released in Mexico as the Volkswagen Caribe, and had quite a few variations, including the Golf GTI you're driving right now.
I'm trying my best to drift this front-wheel drive car, which is not made for drifting. I think we have enough points. Yeah, we do.
VW engineers, inspired by the Beetle GSR, designed and prototyped the Golf in secret as a Skunk Works project. Little did they know that the Golf GTI would become the hot hatch.
We got more than enough points here, so that's good.
Shall we jump 40 years in the future and try the 7th generation?
That's more like it, bro. The Golf R. And we got all-wheel drive.
The Golf first appeared in 2012. This version is the Volkswagen Golf R, R meaning race.
Nice.
This was the fastest Golf in the range, with a 0 to 60 time of 5.1 seconds.
5.1? I thought it was faster than that. I thought the new Golf was under 5. Again, this is not the newest, I think, so... The newest one might be, like, close to 4.7. Which is not bad for a 300 horsepower car. Yeah, this is not the newest one.
Volkswagen Mexico produced all 7 generations of the Golf, totaling more than 2 million
Maybe
units
Forza
over
Horizon 6 will have
44
the
years.
newest one.
In fact, a lot of Golfs you find in the US were built here.
Dude, we're not even gonna get 1 star. We don't have enough points.
If you
Oh
want to go
no.
again, we can do that.
Yeah, we're gonna have to go again. Alright. Let's do this.
The 7th generation of the Golf first appeared in 2012. This version is the Volkswagen Golf R, R meaning race. This was the fastest Golf in the range, with a 0 to 60 time of 5.1 seconds. Volkswagen Mexico produced all 7 generations of the Golf, totaling more than 2 million units over 44 years. In fact, a lot of Golfs you find in the US were built here.
I don't think we're gonna get 2 stars. It's just gonna be 1. But that's better than none.
All right. Enough driving around. Let's go head to head, after you've had a chance to rest.
Cool. Alright. Which one are we gonna do here? Let's do number 2 first. Is that possible? Is this a choice, or do we have to do both?
I'm a fair man. I'll let you choose. Which Golf do you want to drive for our little race?
I'll take the Golf R.
That was a choice, okay.
I hope you know some shortcuts.
Wait, do we have checkpoints or not? What do they mean by shortcuts?
See you at the finish line. Don't make me wait for too long.
That's not even fair for the old Golf, man. That's a Gen 1. Wait, this is not DSG? Dude's lifting his hand off the steering wheel to shift, right? Yep, this is a 6-speed manual.
Ah, I see what you're doing, but you still can't win.
What am I doing, bro? Just driving the car. I'm not doing nothing special. The brakes are not the best. Maybe I just need to brake early.
What a race! The difference 40 years makes!
Of course, bro. What did he expect?
I have a story to tell you, my friend, about the old wolf in the swamp.
Are we going to a zoo?
A swamp? I'll pick you up.
Nice. This car has a lot of grip, dude. The headlights pop out. Dude, the speedometer moves faster than the tach. The RPM moves slower. This is how much torque this car has. Power to weight ratio is just crazy. Look at that. The speedo moves much quicker than the RPM. That's just silly, bro. Where's the road at? Look at this AC vent in the middle. It's just one single vent. That's a pretty unique design, I guess. Unique or weird, however you want to look at it. How many more do we got? 9 in total? Okay. We'll just complete them all today.
No, that's
Is
an
that a
old
Ford?
truck. The wolf is waiting for us at the swamp.
That's a Ford.
Haley asked us to clear some debris, and I've got just the
That's
car.
gotta be a Ford
We need to get there
F100, not an F-150. Yep, that's an F100 from 56,
Of
1956.
course! Who do you think I am?
The driver who destroyed a record-breaking amount of fences.
That's fair.
Why is it driving so weird? Could be the stock suspension. The power plant does not feel stock. Because I don't think a Ford F100 can go over 100 miles. Yeah, the speedo on the dash ends at 90 miles, so this is definitely not stock. But the suspension is all loose, so that's gotta be stock.
Careful there.
See? Got it here in one piece.
And gave me a few heart attacks. This car is too old for this kind of driving. And now, let me introduce you to the Ford
Oh,
Lobo.
the real deal.
This car is more your style.
Now that's a hecking good wolf.
You know what I'm confused about? I thought it was
We
a
call it Lobo
Volkswagen
here.
event. The
Marketing
Harvey
in
and
this country
Fords
is
now.
Outstanding. Let's get to work. See all that Russian stuff? Clear
That
it
makes
out.
no sense.
What? No, it's not just an
How did we
excuse
go
to
from
throw
like
the Lobo
going
around.
and Golf
It
GTIs
is
and
just an excuse
Golf
to throw the
Rs
Lobo
to
around.
Fords?
In the 90s,
How did that happen?
Ford decided that they needed to rebrand the F-150 for the Mexican market. And the name Lobo just has a real ring to it. They started using the badge in 1997, and the rest is history. The Ford Lobo quickly became one of the most popular vehicles in the country. Lobo is still used for the modern Rangers like the one based on the F-150 Raptor you're driving. But we don't just call it Lobo. No. We call it Lobo Raptor.
So it's the same car?
Now, there are loads of differences, like a dog and a wolf. Lobo only comes in XLT and with higher trim levels. The base version is still sold in Mexico as the F-150, but the Lobo is the elite F-150.
How are we supposed to get 25,000 points? I was gonna say pounds. But how do we do that, bro? Just by messing around with the truck like that, I guess? Just doing some jumps, maybe? We're still at 3,500. 11,000 now, okay. We need 25,000. How's that gonna work? $17,000. I guess I'll just do this jump a bunch of times. $43,000. Okay, we're almost there. I still prefer the V8 Raptor. I don't like this EcoBoost Raptor. The 3.5 liter. I just don't like the sound of it. Especially in a big truck like this. It just doesn't match the truck, dude.
Great. Job's done. And the scratches will buff right out. Thanks for the help. Now I just need to get my abuelo's old F100 back to the garage.
I think there's one more event.
I've got 1,400 horses and I need you to help with them.
1,400 horse?
I know what this is. I'll be right over.
What? Where are we going? Oh, it's gonna be the Mach-E. With 1,400 horse? No, I really want to know what that thing is. Did it really put 1,400 horses in a Mach-E? The Mustang SUV? The electric Mustang? Let's see what this thing looks like. Is it electric 1400 horses or
I know you've got one
gas
of these.
powered?
Somehow. So you
That
know a
looks
little
crazy.
bit about what you're in for. Let's go.
Dude, what do they have in this thing?
Let's take this down to the beach. Stick
No
it in
way, this is
AWD if you
electric.
like. There's some nice curves up ahead.
You told me to put it in all-wheel drive, but I'd rather have it in rear-wheel drive so we can have some real fun with it.
How do you make it go around corners like that? I'm really asking.
Bro, because
This
I didn't
is
put it in all-wheel
2021's
drive.
EV of the year. And it was up against things like the Taycan and the e-tron and the Recharge. It set 3 Guinness World Records, and it's inspired by the beautiful original Mach 1. And I'm telling you all of this because the Mach E was built right here in Mexico at Cuautitlan Assembly. Calm down.
I was
know you
expecting
like
a
to go
twin-turbo
fast.
V8 that made
I had a
1400
big
horse, but
breakfast.
this is 1400? That's
Cuautitlan
crazy.
Assembly has been building
is
cars
electric,
since the
dude.
60s. And more than
How did they do that?
2.2 million cars later, we're sitting in an actual space machine made here in Mexico. Quite a journey from Cougars and Thunderbirds and F-150s to this. This isn't just a prototype. Cuautitlan Assembly does a range of options for the Mach E. A 68 kilowatt-hour standard and an 88 kilowatt-hour extended range version. It will give you over 300 miles of range on a single charge. The Performance GT version is the really wild one. 0 to 60 in 3.6 seconds. This one is quite a bit faster.
Of course.
Honestly, when I first tried it, I had to go and sit in a quiet room for a bit. And I've flown airplanes in a storm. Hey, I have to keep this back. Be careful with it.
This actually drives pretty good in the rear-wheel drive mode.
You can switch from all-wheel drive to rear-wheel drive at the touch of a button. And when you get into tuning, you can basically tweak every one of the 7 engines individually.
7 engines?
1400 horsepower and a ton of downforce at 160 miles per hour thanks to the Aero 2.
Now I know how they got up to 1400 horse. They use 7 motors? How do they use 7 motors? We only got 4 wheels. That's gonna be a crazy setup, bro. 4 motors in the back, 3 in the
There we
front.
go.
I don't know. I don't know how they
Sunrise
did
over
that.
the sea. Beautiful. But we're not done. There's one more thing to look at. I'll let you know as soon as I have found it. Okay, this one will be epic. I found a Porsche Carrera. You know what that means?
Racing? And what do you mean, found?
In a barn, of course. And of course it's racing. Come meet me at Guanajuato.
Alright, are we starting a new event or what's happening here? Where are we? How come there's no marker on the map? Oh, there is. Okay. Where is he taking us, bro? I don't see anything up there. I thought we were done with this story, but it's still going. Wait, there are 27 events? Is that right? I thought there were only 9. Anyways, let's just keep on going. I'm not gonna do all 27 if we have 27 in total. I thought we only had 9 in total. But for some reason, it just keeps on going. We'll play for a little bit more, a little longer here, then I'm gonna go to bed after. It's getting late. Wow, there's so much grip. So this is basically a made in Mexico story. And no, there are only 9 events, not 27. What the hell's going on? I'm confused, bro. I guess this is the last one. Okay. So there are 27 points in total that we can get. Up to 27 points. Maybe I actually read it wrong. So this is not a Volkswagen story. This is a made in Mexico story. That's why we got some VW races in here. And some Ford races. Because they're just telling us about all the products made in Mexico. So it makes sense. Alright, this is the last one. There are only 9. I wasn't tripping.
This beauty got her
But for a
name
little
from
bit,
the
I was.
Carrera Panamericana. The races don't run anymore, but who can blame us if we take it out one more time? Right? Let's see what this car can do.
Let's go.
There's Jamin. Guess he wanted one last race. Let's do this!
We got a 2.7 badge on the back. Is that a 2.7 badge or a 3.7? I can't tell. Alright, that's a 2.7. I can look at it properly while braking. So it's gotta be a 2.7 flat 6. Porsches are known for their flat 6s. And I feel like it's the turbo on top of that. Yeah, I hear the turbo. I hear the boost building up. So is this a 2.7 flat 6 turbo? Maybe. I'm not really familiar with the older
First race
Porsches.
had 132 competitors, and everyone turned up. Amateurs to F1 drivers, men, women, professionals, anyone who had a car.
Do you know anyone who participated?
Aleja thinks Papa Fernando
This has got to
did,
be from the
but she
80s.
thinks Papa Fernando did.
Doesn't look like a 90s
I
Porsche.
know we used
Oh
to go to the
no.
races with my grandfather. Ah, qué buenos recuerdos. 2,178 miles of the Pan American Highway run through Mexico. The race itself had 9 stages and lasted 5 days. But the sheer distance wasn't the only challenge. Constant changes in the elevation from sea level to 3 kilometers up. The most challenging road race in the world. The winner of the very first Carrera Panamericana was Herschel McGriff, who drove an Oldsmobile 88 at an average speed of 88 miles per hour. There was no speed limit before 2012, and you'd see cars doing 180 miles per hour. Not that I'd know anything about that. The Porsche Carrera got its name thanks to Hans Hermann, who won the small sports cars category in 1954. He drove the Porsche 550 Spider and came third overall. He was sick before the race, and his tires came off at the start. He really pulled through against the odds. Porsche had 6 cars competing in 1954, and all of them made it through the end. A lot of others didn't, let me tell you.
Enjoying yourself, are you? Yeah, I kinda had a feeling you were.
1954 was the last year the original Carrera Panamericana took place. But it gave us the most famous Porsche model, the Carrera you're driving right now. The Carrera RS 2.7 was the first
2.7
production street racing 911. It was built on the 911S 2.4, the fastest Porsche you could buy at the time, and a popular choice in the later Carrera Panamericana races. The race was revived in 1988 and ran to 2016, staying true to the original races with high-speed road
I'm gonna take a shortcut. Since there are no
The routes for the race
checkpoints.
were carefully selected every year by planning committee and local government to
Oh,
ensure they
no,
were
don't
race
crash.
worthy and that they can be closed up for 2 hours. You could almost say they've been preparing for the
I really want to
festival
get
for
3
a
stars.
very long time.
Come on, let's do this. Okay, we did it.
This is Jamin's exit. It's been fun, my friend. Take care.
Chapter complete.
Looking forward to seeing what you can do out there.
That was a
Have
fun
fun
chapter,
now, yeah?
a fun story.
Great race. Almost like we did a little Panamericana with a friend. Anyways, hope you had fun with this little stroll through cars
I
hechos in
definitely
Mexico.
did, bro.
It was
that was so
great.
much fun.
And let me know if you find any other cars like that.
Perfect. Alright, that was a good run. Good session. Got some fun races done. Thank you for joining, everybody. If you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. It really helps me out. And I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.